Hey guys, welcome to Political Perch. I'm Ashton,
Andy.
and we are reacting to, I think it's the 12th Democratic debate. Uh, Most likely the last one, if we're going to be honest. But we'll talk about that here. We're going to give our preview to Super Tuesday 3, Electric Boogaloo, and kind of go over what we think is going to happen from here on then. And then we can probably start getting into some general election prediction videos. That will be fun.
Yes.
Um, okay, Andy. So, what's your initial reaction to the first one-on-one mano-a-mano cage match?
Can I just say that one, without an audience, and two, without excess candidates, it was actually a pretty good debate. It was good to hear them, civilly as much as you can be in a debate, talk with each other, actually about issues and calling each other out on certain things. It's a lot more, I think, fun to watch that way, where, they can get words in instead of having 6, 7 people yelling on top of them, like we've seen in past debates. And it was fun to watch.
I will say it was a little weird that 6 feet in between the podiums because the camera angles, like, I felt like they were a little too zoomed in. So, like, they were both on the edges of the camera. I thought they should have zoomed out a little bit more because it was just that optic wasn't the best for either of them. But going into this, it was a lot more cleaner of a debate, obviously, because you have less people, more time to talk. I felt like that benefited Biden a little bit because he tends to stumble with
Yeah.
short answers, and he kind of goes through his answers, and he's very long-winded, and he's not, let's say, very keen on shortening certain parts of his answers don't matter as much as the parts that do matter. So this type of style kind of benefits him a little bit more. Bernie Sanders, he does the same debate style for the last 30 years. His next 30 years would be exactly the same.
That guy was
Um,
doing. He uses his hands every single time.
I don't think that's a big issue. Some people are speakers like that. But let's go. The context for this debate was big because Bernie obviously needed a momentum changer. I mean, he lost Washington State. That's pretty bad. He lost Idaho, pretty bad. States he won handily. He lost Michigan. So
Yes.
he needed to
Big
change the
question.
direction. Andy, did he change the direction this debate?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
not really. No, I think he kind of worst him grammatically. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying it wrong, but I think he distanced himself further away from Biden than, more negatively than positively in this debate. It wasn't that he did bad, but with it being one-on-one and not having other candidates to also help him or hurt him, I think it just showed that Biden is the favorite right now, still after this debate.
Mhm. I will say, we're not fans of Bernie, me or you, but even from what I was expecting, because Bernie is pretty much the same in every debate, I was expecting a little bit more from him, especially since this is like his Alamo, this is his last stand. He's trying to stay in the race,
Oh yeah,
even though he's losing states he shouldn't be. And it's like, come on. All he was doing was laying into Biden, and that's what you expect. But he wasn't hitting like he did against Hillary Clinton. I felt like Biden is a lot harder of a target than Hillary Clinton is because she's very easy to paint as corrupt. Biden is not, especially when he's going into millionaire and like billionaire donors, stuff like that. And I'm happy Biden was able to correctly point out, like, I won all these states on Super Tuesday and I was basically broke.
yeah.
So it's like
I love the
you
quote.
can't make
I sent you the quote while we were watching the debate
yeah.
that Biden got no money. That was
Yeah, that was basically it. So it's like he kind of neutered that. He neutered a lot of the attacks on Bernie by like taking some of his policy points. And I felt like they won't hurt Biden in the general as much as people think they will, because Biden wasn't going complete Bernie, but he was kind of giving away some policies, saying like, hey, I'm trying to work here with you. Please try to work with me. And Bernie was obviously kind of being selfish. He was still fighting. And I felt like it's a lot of pride. I get you put a lot of work and effort into these presidential runs, but at a certain point, you can't win. And he's, in my opinion, past that point. So all he's doing now is kind of laying in on Biden, and he's not doing that good job. And like we've seen poll after poll the last week where it's 60-30 in the national race, Biden versus Bernie, 60-30. It's like that's that's not a good time. So he needed a earthquake. He needed a viral moment. And the one viral moment, I would say there were two, but the one viral moment was actually Biden's announcing he's going to pick a
Yeah.
woman for VP.
I want to get to that in 1 second. I
Mhm.
do want to. I think I already know your answer from the way we've been talking, but who's your winner tonight? Mine, of course, is I think Biden won. I think there was some issues with his points that he could fix in later debates if he wants to go 1-on-1 against Trump. But overall, him versus Bernie, I think he won this debate tonight. What do you think?
I mean, for Biden, I don't expect much from him when it comes to debating. He's never in his life been a great debater. His best debate came in against Paul Ryan, which I was very surprised how well he did against Ryan. But it's like this is his third best debate I've ever seen him in. He was poised. He did what he had to. He rebutted when he needed to. Is he the best debater in the world? No. So I would make him the slight winner. He did better than I expected. Bernie did slightly worse.
Yeah,
No one bombed. It's not like Bernie will come out of this and get only 10%. He's going to get his 33, 35 in every state. But I think Biden wrapped it up tonight,
yeah,
like any possibility of a Bernie comeback.
I agree. I'm going to move back to what you were saying about the viral moment from Joe Biden and I when he officially announced that his vice president will be a woman.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he didn't say who yet. I don't know if he knows or he just wanted to say that to get the political points for saying a woman vice president. But
I think he knows by now.
if you had to pick right now, who is your vice president candidate for Joe Biden?
Who I want or
No,
who I
here.
think.
Who do you think it will be?
It's either going to be Abrams or Harris, and I think Harris will end up being it.
Aha! I remember fondly, maybe 2 videos ago, or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I brought up Stacey Abrams. You can go back and look that up, and you laughed at me. And now look at it.
No, I laugh at it because I feel like Harris is way more likely. If I gave it a percentage chance,
Oh, I
I
think
would say
I
it's,
think Kamala Harris is going to get it too.
yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
think it's an
Abrams is up there.
80% chance Harris, 20% chance Abrams. I don't feel like Abrams would be the best choice. I only see him picking her because she's more liberal than Harris. That's about the only reason. But
Yeah,
if I was Joe, I would go with Harris over those two picks. Who I would like to see him pick is Amy Klobuchar. I feel like Amy Klobuchar has proven during this campaign that she can win Midwestern votes. She's very tough, and I feel like she would be ready for the job.
uh, I think she'll be ready for the job, but I don't think it honestly helps him as much as someone that. I mean, I like Amy Klobuchar, but I think getting.
What states does Harris bring to the table that Amy Klobuchar doesn't?
I mean, one California, but they already have California in the bag anyways. So I mean, there's no point there.
Amy Klobuchar won him Minnesota. I feel like Amy Klobuchar would win him Wisconsin, Michigan. It not win,
It'll
but
be tough.
it, she would increase enthusiasm for the Midwest among Democrats there. I feel like she can speak to those voters way more than Harris ever could. I mean, let's be frank, Harris didn't even get traction among African Americans when she ran in the primary herself. So it's
Yeah,
like
case of too
I,
many
I get
candidates.
the thinking because she would be a good VP candidate. She just wouldn't bring any states or any enthusiasm along with her. She would be a solid pick. She would debate Pence. She would destroy Pence in a debate. So it would be easy for her, but you don't get any bonuses. That's why I was floating the idea of putting Kasich as his VP. I feel like that would be a really smart choice. I knew it wouldn't happen,
Yeah,
and I knew Democrats wouldn't like that idea, but I'm like, Kasich would probably single-handedly give you Ohio, just right then and there,
You
packaged
need those swing
nice.
states.
Yeah, I mean, you want someone from a swing state. So I feel like Amy Klobuchar is the closest thing you can get. She's tough and she's gone through this whole primary process, and I feel like she's ready to go for a general election. Where Harris, I felt like she wasn't completely in the primary process. I feel like she has a few drawbacks, but either way, ultimately, I feel like Harris will end up getting the nod. So.
Yep, but we'll see who it is in the coming week, or probably even days now after him announcing it tonight.
Uh, I feel like Bernie is going to drop out after probably Wednesday.
We'll see. It just depends how good he does, and I don't
Oh,
I don't see him doing good.
let's get into the previews. I think we're going to make this quick because it will be a quick night. I feel like every state is going to get called almost instantly for Joe Biden, besides Arizona. And Arizona will last maybe an hour and then they'll call it. Um, they're not favorable states to Bernie, besides Arizona. Arizona is
Can
the
you
only
real
one,
quick,
but it is.
tell our viewers what states are up to vote on Tuesday?
Yeah, it's Ohio, Illinois, Florida, and Arizona.
Two
Um,
big ones, with Florida being, of course, the biggest of the night, um, and Ohio being also big. Those two states are.
well, Illinois is bigger than Ohio, but Florida and Florida is pretty. It's pretty easy to tell. Bernie's Castro comments do not help him. He got killed there 4 years ago. He's going to lose probably by a bigger margin now. I would, there are some polls showing Bernie may not even reach 15% in Florida. That would
That
be
would end it.
devastating.
That would end his campaign after Florida, honestly.
No, it's already ended. It basically is. If he wins, or if not wins, but if he does decent in Florida, you're talking about 20%, 25. I would be surprised if it gets 30. Even then, 30, 60 is awful in a state that big with that many delegates. Then you go to Illinois. I mean, come on. You're talking about Barack Obama's VP.
Yeah,
He's not going to do bad in Illinois.
and a lot of
Um,
the votes are coming from the main hub of Chicago, anyways, in Illinois.
yeah. And you
Where
go to
Biden is
Ohio.
a stronghold in Chicago.
You go to Ohio. What states are like Ohio? Michigan and Wisconsin. Oh no, sorry, Wisconsin is like Ohio, but Michigan and Minnesota. Andy, who won both of those states handily?
I'm guessing Joe Biden.
Yes.
I know
So
Joe Biden.
I'm not going out on a limb and saying he's gonna destroy Bernie there. And then Arizona, all the polls have shown Joe Biden very much ahead. If there is a surprise tomorrow night, or not tomorrow night, Tuesday night, it's going to be Arizona. And even then, I feel like Joe Biden will win it kind of by the margin he won Washington State, which is 4 or 5%. So it's going to be all easy victories. By then, the nomination is going to be in the bag. All the rest of the big states are going to go for Biden, and we're going to move on to general and see a Biden versus Trump matchup, which is what Trump got impeached to stop. So it's going to be interesting.
It will. I'm excited for Tuesday. We'll come back with some videos on our reactions to the night as we expect Biden to win. If Biden announces his running mate in the coming days, we'll post our reaction to that and how we think it will help or hurt him. And we'll
Mm-hmm.
be gearing up for the general elections coming soon. So great content coming up on this channel.
Uh, yeah, we're going to be doing some prediction maps. Hopefully, Andy can have a better record on that than the primary maps. Uh,
We'll see.
rough time for you, Andy. You still had Bloomberg winning the state.
We're gonna move past that, Ashton.
You got American Samoa, so participation points. All right, you guys have a great time. Stay safe. Wash your hands, and hopefully we aren't all killed by that meteorite.
Okay.
All right, guys. You have a great day.